All right, you've got a blank Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Everybody who's listening to this right now thinks I'm yelling at my class. It's awesome. All right. The first thing I want you to do, we are going to just kind of enter some information into the spreadsheet, and then we're going to worry about formatting it and making it look nice. And that's kind of what we're going through. Mostly is just the formatting and some of the very menial calculations that you probably already know how to do, but you forgot. So the first thing, we're going to label it. I'm going to call this my stock project. And then the next line down, I'm going to put, my name, if I can spell it correctly. And for now, we'll just leave it. We're going to come back and edit it. In each of the columns, then, I need to add little titles. So I got to come up with what are appropriate titles. Well, the first one, if I'm going to invest in stocks, I'm going to be investing in companies, so I want the company name. So make company name in that box A3. Then you can actually hit Tab and it'll just jump over to the cell right next to it, so B3. In there, I want you to put your symbol, because every stock has a little symbol. So Apple is AAPL. That's what they're listed as on the stock exchange. Lincoln was LNC. GM, I think, is GM. Ford, I think, is actually just F, because they were one of the first companies, so they didn't have long titles for their symbols. Anyway, so you're going to have their symbol in there. You should write in today's date, because this is really, maybe we should really say it as purchase date. In fact, I like that better. Let's put it as that. Let's put it as purchase date, because we're purchasing the stocks. Then I need to know what the initial price is of my stock, right? So let's make that another column. Initial price. How much I'm paying per stock. And initial investment. Now I said I gave you all $10,000 today. You're welcome, by the way. If any of you want to repay me by bringing in a donut first thing in the morning, I got a donut. Anyway, you can do that. But anyway, initial investment. You got this $10,000. You can split it up however you want. I know you're investing in 10 companies, so you could put $1,000 in each company. But maybe you're like, I really, 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 really want to put more of my money into Apple. And so I'm going to put $9,991 in Apple stock, and then I'm going to put $1 in each of my other companies. That's fine.
You have to have 10 companies.
You have to have 10 companies for this assignment, but you can divide up how much you want to put in each one however you want. So anyway, initial investment. And then lastly, we need our number of shares. How many shares of this company did we actually buy? So you should be putting this one in, row F there. And then we'll count off 10 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we will put our total line at the bottom there, because that's where we're going to total things out. So an A14. You should put total. Sweet. Unfortunately, this doesn't look nearly as presentable as my other one that you saw earlier. So what we want to do is start making this look a little bit nicer. You've noticed up at the top up here, most of these cells got, their titles got cut off a little bit. So we're going to want to adjust the size of the cell. And you can do it by clicking and dragging, but you can also do it by double clicking, and the cell Excel will choose the size for you, so it'll make it fit. So we'll do that for each one. Double click up there, and it'll give you these nice looking columns where all your entries fit perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to undo it. You go right up here between the two lines, so where you get this double arrows, and then double click. And it will readjust the size of your column. Again, I'll do it one more time. So I got this double arrow here, and I'm just going to go click. And see how it widened it so that my new column now, the word numbers of shares fits in the column. Woohoo! Haley got it. All right. Next step. I really kind of want my title centered over all of this. I don't want it off in the top left corner. I kind of want it centered. The best way to do this is take, right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cells. We can kind of combine all those cells and make them one and center it. And you do that with this merge and center. So again, I'll do it with my name. I'm going to click on my name. I'm going to drag and highlight all the way over to row, or to column F. And then I'm going to merge and center. So now it's looking a little bit nicer. Okay, one more time how I do that one. I click on the row, I highlight the cells that I want to kind of combine into just one cell, and then I come up here to this merge and center, and when I do that I get my title nicely centered. Stock project and your name center. Yep. But I also should make my title stand out, make it look nice. So there's a couple ways we can do that. One way is we can come up to these cell styles. And there's a whole bunch of pre-chosen ways to do that, and I kind of like this dark blue with the white font, so I'm going to choose that. And then I'm actually going to make I'm also going to make my font a little bigger, and I'll make it bold. Okay, so let's go back to where I was. I'm going to go to cell styles. I'm going to choose a style that I want. If I hover over it, you can kind of get a preview of what it's going to look like. So I'm going to go with that style. You can go with whichever colors you like. And then I'm actually going to come up here and change my font size. So I want to make it 18, looks good. And I'll make it bold. I'm also going to highlight and I'll show you the other way you can highlight your cell, because I want to do it for my name as well. I can come up here to this little bucket, and it's my fill color. It'll fill in that cell. And I'm going to actually fill in my cell with this nice orange. So I got this sweet blue and orange to represent the Tigers as they dominate the Yankees tonight.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
You got the hat on. What's up, Gabe? Since we're recording this, it will all be on YouTube. If you get stuck on one of these steps, you can easily go back and watch it again. And then when we get through it, I'll also have a chance to come around and help you if you're stuck. I also want to put like a nice border around these cells so that it kind of blocks them off from everything else. So if I click on that cell and I go up to my borders, it's this little dotted line square thing, and click on the little arrow next to it, I've got a choice of a bunch of different types of borders. I'm going to do that thick border, and what that did is put that nice thick line around it, kind of separates it. And when you go to print it, you'll see that nice, thick, separated line. I'm going to do the same for my name. Hopefully, we just started recording again. I'm a little nervous that this might not work. So, let's see. We've got our title, we've got our heading. There's a couple other things just for formatting. I kind of want to make all of these into a nice bold font because they're my column headings. So if you actually click on the little column on the number 3 on the side there, it'll highlight the whole column, and then I can edit and make all of those bold at one time. So I just click on the B or hold Control B. And I'm actually going to do the same thing down in my total line. So make those nice and bold.